Hey guys, real quick I'm going to show you how to use this calculator because it's going to save you a lot of time. This is Visual Studio. You just have the executable file, so don't worry about why mine looks a little bit different. I'm still working on it. But this is just going to be a quick walkthrough. So let's say right away the first thing you'll notice is that you can't click on this Add Payments to Notation. You can't click on Export. Let's say the current balance is 1100. Down payment $100, and then you can click on any of these to change the settlement, which you can see up here, or you can just drag it, or you can use the keyboard, but let's just leave it at 100% for now. This is the installment, the number of payments. So there's a difference between the installment count and the total payments. Total payments is 12, even though the installment count is 11, because you also have a down payment, which is considering separate from the installments. The down payment date is selected here, and then the installment date is selected here. So let's say that this person wants to make a down payment on the 4th, but then they want to make bi-weekly payments starting on the 5th. The 4th is actually highlighted or bolded because it's a holiday, July 4th. But other than that, we have the 4th selected for the down payment date. We have the 5th selected for the installment start date. So let's just set this to bi-weekly. And now a credit card number. This is a card number that will validate even though that's not a real card number. It's like a checksum type of thing. So if I click validate, it'll say it's valid. If this was even one digit off, it'll say that it's invalid. But let's go with valid for now. So all of this stuff starts to notate. If we click on calculate, it'll give you the dates and amounts. Now here you can fine tune it. So if you see, oh shit, this is the 4th, this is the holiday, let's actually change this to the 3rd, you can do that here. Or if this for some reason needs to be $80, you can modify it and it'll still work. This right here is the bin number. The reason it spaces the card number out is so you can read it 4567 4567 when you're on the phone with the debtor, and it's just easier than looking at this jumbled up batch of numbers here. Now if you click on the bin number, what it's going to do is it actually opens up whatever your default browser is. It'll tell you that it's a Visa debit card. Because this is sort of a made up card number or some sort of obscure card number, it doesn't give you all the details, but it will tell you Chase debit prepaid Visa card, or MasterCard credit card through Capital One Bank. So there's a lot of good information there. But you can check if the debtor's being honest with you. Meanwhile, the stuff's all notating. Now, once you have the payments generated here the way you want them to be, click on Add Payments to Notation, and that's exactly what it does. It adds the payments and the card information to the notation. Now, the Export button has become clickable. Click Export AP Sheet. You gotta enter some information here. So the name on the card, here you could put a caller and a closer. Let's say it's a dialer call. Now when you click save, it'll put all that information in there. It gives you the time and date. The rest of that information will be in there. And when you click print, it gives you a little notification that it just saved the AP sheet to the desktop. So now we can close this, or we can go to File, Clear, and it'll reset it. But what it did was it saved this file right here. And now we have an AP sheet. So we can print this out. But what my office does is we drag it in Slack and we send it over to the admin, who then puts the payments in the system. I will eventually update it so it automatically puts the payments in the system, but for now we still have it set up on a manual system. But it notates it. You got the file number, the debtor's name, caller, closer, balance, the settlement balance, and what percentage of a settlement it is, total payments, pay cycle, down payment, remaining, number of installments, and then it'll tell you if the final payment is different from the regular installment payment, and in this case it is by 1 cent. And then what type of card it is, card number, the expiration date and security code, the name on the card, and the billing information, phone number, and the email address. So this would be your AP sheet. You can then copy this and paste it right into the notations for Collections Max or Clean Collect, whatever it is you're using.